Well, what's up, folks? Welcome to Nino's Corner.tv. I'm with Ron Sergi, who is a expert at reverse speech. Reverse speech. He's a reverse speech analysis. You do a reverse speech analysis, right?
Yeah.
Wow, that was a tongue twister for me. Hey, yo, probably the punches to the head, but hey, whatever. Ron, thank you so much for joining me. This is going to be pretty interesting. Now, it's very controversial. Some people believe in this stuff. Some people don't. I'm kind of 1 foot in, 1 foot out. I still find it very fascinating. It is very fascinating stuff. So basically, first of all, Ron, thank you for joining me.
My pleasure.
So this is kind of some new stuff, right? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if 3-letter agencies use this.
They would have to.
Yeah.
They would have to. Again, just real quick, this is the science of the mind. And we had a really awesome podcast. We got phenomenal feedback the last time we were on. It was a lot of fun. But we're just basically, what we're doing is we're hearing the language of the right brain or the subconscious mind. And, we're taught that the brain is divided into 2 hemispheres. So it's a dualistic tool, right, wrong, good, evil, black, white, right? So 2 forms of dreaming, daydream, night dream, 2 forms of sight. You have your 2 eyes here, but you also had the pineal gland.
Your video just went off.
My video went off?
Yep.
Awesome.
There you go. We're good.
Okay.
All right. Before we go any further, folks, let me knock this out, Ron. Let me knock this out.
All right. You got it.
A popular looks-maxing streamer said Gavin Newsom would beat J.D. Vance in the 2028 election because Vance was overweight and Gavin is better looking. Then Vance showed up to a recent interview looking completely transformed just weeks after the comment was made. Everyone's pointing to GLP-1 type drugs, the same type of weight loss drugs that 31 million Americans are on. But here's the thing. You don't need a prescription or a needle to get those results. This is why I'm obsessed with this particular GLP-1 supplement. Instead of a pharmaceutical override, it uses plant-based, clinically studied ingredients like metabolate to help my body naturally boost its own hunger-controlling signals. I get the same fullness and fewer cravings without the prescriptions, needles, or growing list of side effects, making headlines. It supports my weight management while protecting my metabolism so I can keep the results for good. To kick off spring, get 51% off right now at Trim with Nino. The link is down there below, folks. Get a free VIP coaching for life, a 60-day satisfaction guarantee, and free express shipping with the subscriptions. Once again, you don't need needles. You don't need the side effects. It's just a pill. That's all it is. Trim with Nino. All right, Ron, let's get into this. Fascinating stuff. Regardless if you believe in it or not, it's fascinating. I remember back in like the 80s, and like, I guess, I don't think you can't do it with CDs, but like records, when they used to play the record, like, "Real I am Satan." You know what I mean? Like, you'd play it backwards and there'd be some cryptic demonic messages in the record. Yeah, Led Zeppelin, Beatles, it was all there.
Yeah, people were touching into this though. But now we have digital technology. It makes it a lot easier to really go in there and kind of really look. You can see the sine wave, you can see the change in the talking. The other thing is I want to point out here that I didn't mention in the last podcast is that watch his hands, or watch whoever you're reversing, watch their face, their lips, and their hands. It's almost like they're speaking more natural in reverse than they are in forward. It's wild.
But Ron, the people ask the question, well, you'll hear whatever you want to hear. What I'm trying to do. No?
Nah.
Really?
So if you had 10 people line up and told them to say the same sentence, you have 10 different people say the same sentence, you're going to get 10 different reversals. It's all about what, or some people might not even have a reversal. It's all about what the subconscious wants to say.
So what does the reversal mean? Is it the true intention behind the individual?
We believe so. Yeah. I mean, Mr. Oates, David John Oates, the premier expert, my teacher, he'll be here in Philly in July this year. I can't wait. He's really mapped it out in the last 45 years or so. It's unbelievable. His work. But the subconscious mind, he believes, is connected to the heart. we could also call it the higher self, whatever you want to say. It's another level of information for you. And, my last reversal I'm going to play for you is, I told you I've been dealing with the parasite stuff and all that horrifically. And I finally broke down and said, why am I doing a reversal on myself about this? But I'll play that at the very end and let you hear, because I'm only sharing this stuff with you because this is so hot right now, this topic with Trump and everything and the Pope and all that kind of stuff. Right. And it's bonkersville. But between that certain letter in the alphabet and certain things and him just turning his head just slightly and so many things, if you add this to it, it's almost like, okay, I trust this person. I can step away from this and now let's start looking at other stuff, and that's kind of my point.
You should do Erica Kirk.
We're already on it, dude. We're already on it. There's nobody out there right now that's safe from us.
Oh, not even me. I know that.
I know between you and I did yours real quick. I just pulled something up and you were talking, you said something and it mentioned Juan. I got to call Juan or something. And right in there, you're like, I'm a lone wolf or something like that.
That's true.
It was like real quick, it was like, I already trust you anyway. But then it's like, when you start seeing people being congruent, you can start letting them go. It's the people that are incongruent that we want to start highlighting.
Dude, let's do
our lives.
Let's do a whole episode on Erica Kirk, please. And Candace. Let's make it fair.
Do you really want to go there? We're going to blow that all up, dude. I'm telling you.
I want to go there.
It's not good. It's not good.
Okay, but can we do her and Candace? Can you take some time to do Candace?
Sure. We haven't really played with Candace yet, but I definitely will have my friends and we'll deep dive her and start pulling her up. But what we're finding with the other name is not good.
Okay, so I had a body language expert on, right? And he did Erica Kirk, and it was not good. It was just not good. This guy is a profiler, okay? He goes into prisons and works and does. He's an expert on body language. He's a clinical psychologist, right? So he knows a lot about this. He profiles serial killers, maniacs, psychopaths, the whole thing. And he's just like, he read Erica and he was like, oh yeah, this is.
I saw that. It was a great podcast.
Yeah. Tal Braun, I believe his name is. And I just, you add this into it. I'd love to have you both on together. Maybe that would be epic, dude. We could do that on Nino'sCorner.tv. You down?
Nino, I told you before that we could systematically, slowly start to chop, or I don't know the proper term, but really start to highlight and get people out of our lives. I'm sick and tired of being lied to. Are you?
Yeah. Why do you think I do what I do?
Right. Exactly. And that's one of the reasons why I reached out to you, because it's like, oh my God, this guy's different. I can talk to him, Yeah. So, all right, let's rip into these. I know let's
get into this. So who are we looking at first here?
So the first 12 we're going to do with Trump.
Okay.
All right. And it's not, and I didn't cherry pick. There's a lot there. I'm going to play some bad ones too, but I'm going to show you, I'm going to give you an idea where his mind is,
All right. And I just want to tell my audience, please leave an open mind for this, hold a space for this. I believe there's something there with this, and it's, hey, call it entertainment, call it whatever you want. I think this is next level science. I think you're perfecting it. I think it's still got a little bit of a ways to go, right? I mean,
we're honing in, like David's really. I know there's gonna Mr. Oates. I say David. I mean but David John. It's we keep talking about there's got to be some kind of AI program, because I told you it takes a while to sift through this shit. It's not easy work. It's very time consuming. But there's a lot of gems there, and when you start to see, when you hear things, you're like, wow. It's so the first one here, I'm going to tell you what it's saying in reverse so that the audience can hear it easier, just because we're short on time. But we could sit here for an hour and sit through this stuff. So the first one, Trump, in reverse, he'll say, in it did I heal. I'm sorry, in it did heal divine. So he's talking about himself. All right, did he heal divine? All right, I find it very fascinating.
Probably talking about being shot.
Seen before, and it's been, I think, unequaled ever in the history of our country, and it's more spirit now.
You haven't shared the screen.
That includes 2020 and even 26.
I haven't shared the screen.
Yeah, no, the screen's not shared. Do you not want to share it, or
Oh yeah, no. Here you go. Audio. Also share. Okay.
That includes 2020 and even 2016. In it, and I hear the band. In it, and I hear the band. In it, and I hear the band.
Oh, I hear.
Can you hear that?
Yeah,
In it, I feel
did
divine, right? Listen to me. If you sat and listened to a million of these like we do, you start to see real quick, there's something here.
That one's very clear. I heal divine. Ooh.
Yeah. In it, did I heal divine? Right? Beautiful,
Did I heal?
right?
Yeah. Did I heal divine? Wow.
So let me go to the next one.
And everyone knows, I think everyone knows Trump's not a perfect man. He never claimed to be a perfect man, but I do believe God's using him as an instrument.
We do too, and again, it's like God had to drop somebody in the center of the system. You have to heal internally, right?
100%.
So you drop them in the middle of the swamp, and now you got all kinds of different factions coming in. And little by little, what did he do? And it's like all these years, he just puts them out front, and little by little, they're falling like flies. But he's still standing there. All right. So this one, he says, let me see here. This one is need the big Yahshua.
To a certain president, who I like, actually. A past president, former president. He said, I wish I did it. I wish I did, but they didn't do it. I'm doing it. Need the big Yeshua. Need the big Yeshua. Need the big Yeshua.
Need
This is
the
crazy.
big Yahshua. Right? Did you hear that? Need
Yes.
the
Yes.
Yahshua.
Explain it.
Need
Yes.
the big Yahshua. Need the big Yahshua. Right?
What?
All right, come on, go to the next one. This one,
This is crazy, dude.
this one was interesting. He said, "Soon shock the light."
If you believe that Iran should have a nuclear weapon, there's something wrong with you, because they would use it within, the only question is within 1 hour if they get it, or 1 day.
Soon shock the light. I don't know what that really means, but he's saying something soon shock the light. Something's going to shock the light. I don't
Maybe
know.
bring in the light for exposing the darkness,
Yeah, I mean, a lot of this is in metaphors. So you really got to people that are into dream work and all that kind of stuff and meditation. There's a lot of that symbology that's there. This one is my favorite. This one is making the left go bananas.
Okay. I like to do that.
Yeah, this one, you'll like this one.
The territory to the immediate south of our border is now dominated entirely by criminal cartels that murder, torture, and exercise total control.
Christ leading me. Did you hear that?
Yeah, I did.
The immediate south of our border is now dominated entirely by criminal cartels that murder, torture, and exercise total control.
I mean, yeah, that's all I can hear now. That's crazy.
Well, I mean, once again, if you're hearing these all the time, it makes it a lot easier. So a lot of us will pick it out for you. It's like, here it is. But when we're doing these, a lot of us were like, what are you hearing? Are you hearing leading or needing or so we critique each other. We keep trying to narrow it down to get it right, and it makes it easier when we're doing these, that you can speed it up and slow it down. So you can kind of hear the symbols a lot easier when it's faster or slower. It all depends on what's going on. This one's another really good one. It says, serve that Lord of the light. Now, I know the left is going to be like, that's Lucifer.
Yeah, exactly.
He's not saying serve the light bearer. He's saying the Lord of the light, not the light bearer. All right.
I made a nice speech, one big crowd. I said, and it's all over town. Look at all that press. Look at all of them. Serve that Lord of the light. Serve that Lord of the light.
Maybe he's referring to them as they're serving the Lord of the Light.
I would hope, God, if the press was, I doubt it.
No, but I mean, maybe they're serving Lucifer. Maybe that's what he means. That's what they serve.
That's an excellent observation.
He's pointing at them when he's saying it.
He is. And I told you to watch people's hands and their lips and stuff. So that could be that interpretation.
Look, play that back again.
Yeah,
look, he's pointing at them when he says it.
He is.
I made a nice speech one big crowd. I said, and it's all over town. Look at all that press. Look at all of them. Serve that Lord of the Light.
Serve that Lord of the Light. See, there you go.
Yeah. Again, we could get millions of them. So it would take us teams of us to sit down and really sit there. And so you got to think intelligent agencies are doing all this and seeing whether or not who's on whose team or whatever.
I mean, dude, they use psychics, right? Right. Why wouldn't they?
Right. And David, Mr. Oates, actually, he was real big on Art Bell back in the days, and he was actually would co-host. And then he started calling out some of the big names on Art Bell, and Art Bell did a 180 on him and really just went after him and big time and really tried to destroy him. But that's a whole.
So he said he was using reverse speech on Art Bell's guests.
Well, he would reverse them.
But was he a guest on Art Bell?
Yeah, he was. Yeah. That's how I first heard of him. Back in like 97 or so, because I knew about it. I told you, I grew up with it, but I was like, oh wow, this guy's actually doing it. And he's like, he had a whole system.
Dude, those were like the cool, the coast to coast AM days, bro. Just listening to the AM radio back in the day, it just felt so special, man. So intimate. Yeah. I remember it'd be like, I don't know, 11 to 1 a.m.
Yeah,
I'd just be sitting there, just glazed over, just looking at the roof, the ceiling fan, just listening to Art Bell, and just my mind would be my imagination would just run wild with the stuff I was hearing.
I was right with you. I did the same. I loved it.
Such a cool time back then, man.
Do you ever remember when somebody called in and they were all frantic and crying and like, aliens? I was like, what the hell? It's probably all stoned and all.
Yes, dude. They're chasing me. They're gonna triangulate.
And you'd hang up or something. You got disconnected.
Yes, that was the best program ever, dude. And the fact that you had to go on your AM radio to get it was just the best, man. You'd hear all the static, like, and then you'd find the coast that goes dun 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 dun. And like, oh man, it was so cool. Such a cool time, huh?
All right, here's the next one. This one, he says, the whirlwind light they love in it. The whirlwind they love in it. The whirlwind they love it.
A friend of mine builds automobile plants. This guy, I don't want to insult him, this guy can't walk across the street, but he can throw up an automobile plant better than anybody in the world. I said, I want to see one of the plants.
Not exactly sure what's going on there, but it's pretty clear. It's a clear reversal. So we
a whirlwind of bringing back jobs, and I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah,
people love it.
Yeah.
It's
a good interpretation, but it's a positive reversal. It's
right.
He is like 80% positive reversals all the time.
This is pretty cool. It's fun.
Now we love you better.
Trying to save the electrical vehicle, but not the gas powered, which is the vehicle that everybody wants. No, we don't.
Is he talking about giving people freedom to be able to buy what they want?
Yeah. Now we love you better. We like giving you the option, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Now I'm gonna folks, you decide. You all make up your own mind. I just lay it out for you all to play it out. But I still, regardless, whatever you think, this is still entertaining. It's very cool.
It's just another layer of data. As you said, do what you want with it. But for me though, in all these years, it's like I can see the difference between this person and a lot of the other ones, and they don't. I'll play. All right. Well, let me get this next one.
We got to do Erica Kirk together, man.
We'll do it. I'll do it. Now
We're spending hundreds of billions of dollars subsidizing a car that nobody wants and nobody's ever going to buy.
Now we don't want the dark, right?
Say it again. Do it again. See, now I hear it. Yeah, now I can hear it. At first I didn't, but now that's all I hear.
When you had the headphones on and you're honing in and stuff, and like I said, speeding up, slowing down, it makes it a lot easier.
This must take a lot of time for you to like go through these speeches.
It does, and it's. I mean, Mr. Oates is the man, so he can rip through them a lot easier. But there's some awesome young students that are like really starting to up and coming. You know, it's all like this reverse speech is like taking on a new thing, a new life again, because it was kind of big in the 90s a little bit.
Did you want to stop sharing the screen?
Oh, did I? Well, here, I don't know if, hold on. Let me see this. All right, let me just do this real quick then. They're in my email. So reversals. So here,
this
Trump,
is interesting.
Trump is, so here Trump says, the Pope an ass, but I'm not.
That wants a nuclear weapon so they can blow up the world. So I'm not a fan of Pope Leo. Pope an ass, but I'm not. Pope an ass, but I'm not. Pope an ass, but I'm not.
You hear that, right?
Pope and ass, but I'm not.
We should be toying with a country that wants a nuclear weapon so they can blow up the world. So I'm not a fan of Pope Leo. Pope an ass, but I'm not. Pope an ass, but I'm not.
See, that's all I can hear now. No,
This one is very fascinating. I really want to play this for your audience. He says, "Seek you with that radar, find them all."
Okay.
No, I think that 47 years of this stuff is long enough. They're at the weakest point they've ever been. They have no Navy. They have no Air Force. They have no anti-aircraft. Ziggy with that area that. Ziggy with that area that. Ziggy with that area that.
You got that?
No, I can't hear that one.
Seek you with that radar, find them all, is what he's saying.
Okay, now, play it again.
No, I think that 47 years of this stuff is long enough.
I apologize. He says, so kill with that radar. So kill with that radar, find them all.
They're at the weakest point they've ever been. They have no Navy. They have no Air Force. They have no anti-aircraft. Ziggy with that area that. Ziggy with that area that.
I hear find them all.
Yeah, this one's not the. We were tossing back and forth as he's saying seek you, because you can hear radar. You hear radar.
Yeah, radar. Find them all.
That to me was like, what's he using? A radar. You know, Venezuela. We saw how that went.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'll only play one with the Pope real quick. We have a bunch on him, but I find this one interesting. He says he's never felt the evil, talking about Trump.
The president has attempted to do here, I think, is not understanding what the message of the gospel is. This never felt me either. This never felt me either. This never felt me either.
You hear that one?
He's never felt the evil.
He's never felt the evil.
What was he saying though? Were you playing that reverse the whole time, or did you play what he said before?
No, he's talking in forward in the very beginning. I know he's hard to understand a little bit, but then he says in reverse, he's never felt the evil. Talking about Trump, because that's what he's talking about in forward here.
That's eerie.
Yeah.
That's weird. That's kind of creepy.
Yeah, there's a couple, and I just didn't even want to go there. I just, with the ones that are creepy, I kind of just stay away from them, because I can look at the person and see they're creepy. So it's like, do I need to dissect the person?
That's the whole reason Trump is trolling the Catholic Church right now. The Vatican and the Pope. We all know what goes on below.
I believe it. Yeah, I believe it. All that with the Red Cross stuff and the BLOOD stuff, and
he's letting them know they're on.
Yep. I love it.
They're on the clock.
I got a couple more for you. This one is a simple one. It's just Trump. He says, "I wish to win it." Talking about things. Oh, I got another one after this. I got to play too.
Okay.
Any which way you want to say. Mentally, these are disturbed people. I wish you win it. I wish you win it. I wish you win it.
Oh, yeah. Plain as day.
Pretty congruent.
That one's good. Yeah, that one's probably the clearest one.
Yeah. This one, let me play this one, and I'm going to go back to one other real quick. But this one's fascinating to me. This is one of Mr. Oates' clients. Doing client work is awesome because you're dealing with a different level of people, and they're opening up their hearts and stuff. And, dealing with politicians is just, ugh. But anyway, so this one, he says, David's client, or Mr. Oates' client says, soul, I'll live forever. I find that fascinating.
Soul, I'll live forever.
Saying the soul's going to live forever. Wow. That's groundbreaking.
And I'm still not sure what my way is yet, by the way.
Soul live forever.
Yeah, I hear it. I hear it.
How to follow life my way, and I'm still not sure what my way is yet, by the way.
When you slow it down, like all the way, that's when you can hear it perfectly.
Yeah, well, see, that's the thing. That's what I mean. Like when you're in there with your headphones and you're speeding and slowing it up, you can start to really hear it. Like you might hear like 4 words very crispy clear, and then there's like one that's distorted, muffled or whatever, and you start honing in on it, and it just makes the rest of the sentence, it makes sense, Let me do this one real quick. So let me get rid of that.
This has been fun, man. This is a different kind of podcast. I like these.
Yeah, well, I didn't want to bother you, but all this stuff going on, it's like, oh my God, you got to hear this. What's going, and then.
Yeah, this is so cool.
This one, Trump says, the battle we sew up. Another awesome
the battle we show up.
Sew it up.
Okay.
Yeah, like they're closing it up. Stop, ending it.
Including Israel, that's been a great partner in this fight. They've really been a good partner in the fight. They fought hard. But we'll see what happens. I think there's a very good chance we're going to end up in a deal. The battle we sew up. The battle we sew up. The battle we sew up.
Right? You hear it?
I kind of hear that one.
The battle we sew up.
The battle, but what would that even
Israel, that's been a great partner in this fight. They've really been a good partner in the fight. They fought hard. But we'll see what happens. I think there's a very good chance we're going to end up in a deal. The battle we sew up. The battle we sew up.
See, now I hear it.
Yeah.
Including Israel.
Again, the more you do it and all that stuff, it gets easy. It really does. This I find very fascinating. This is Anton Levine. Right? Wait until you hear what he says.
Oh.
See if you.
So I honestly feel occultism gives many people a chance to be big fish in little ponds. Satan must walk out. Satan must walk out.
Satan is his world.
He says Satan was a fuck up.
Oh God. I mean, you don't really even need to do reverse speech with this guy. He's putting it all out there in the open anyway.
Yeah, well,
right?
but he's telling you Satan's a fuck up. Like
wasn't this guy isn't the urban myth, or I don't know what you would call it, the rumors or the conspiracies around this guy, what they say allegedly is before he died, he saw God or something. He goes, "Oh, I messed up. I
heard that too. Yeah, I did.
Is
hear
that
one.
true? I mean, there's no way to really.
Well, that would make this reversal. That would make it on that road, right? Because he's saying here Satan's a fuck up, and on his deathbed he's going to Jesus, I guess, so that would make sense to me. Because
that's what that's what's out there. Maybe my audience can look that up. Black Sheep Family, take a look at that. I remember, like, yeah, they said when he was on his deathbed, he goes, "Oh no, no, no!" Like he was terrified. Like I was wrong, something like that. I can't remember what it was, but something on his deathbed. Dude, you can do the reverse speech on that.
Yeah, well,
I guess they didn't have to record it, obviously.
You could just go in so many directions with so many people. I just want to play this last one with your audience because this one saved my life in a way. You know,
yes.
I told you, I had mentioned to you that I was dying. I really was dying. I was being misdiagnosed, and this is why I love reverse speech. It's phenomenal for therapy. And after about almost 2 years of being misdiagnosed with all kinds of stuff, and I was just getting worse and worse, but everything was coming back like fine. No, not this, not that. Finally I said, why am I doing a reversaling myself? What am I doing? And so I finally, and then I had some things point the direction of parasites. And I said, let me just ask myself. And so I said, you're going to hear.
No. Is it a parasite? Yes, sir. It is 100%.
Oh.
It is 100%.
Right?
Is it 100%?
Yep. Yeah.
Got
so
it?
I said,
I got it?
Yes, sir. It is it 100%. So, at the end part, you can just throw that out. But I'm just trying to get yes is really yes. It is what I tell myself.
So it was a parasite.
It was a parasite. Well, I have flushed out hundreds of flukes at this point. I'm still dealing with them. Hundreds. Wow. I got pictures. Hundreds that were in my liver and kidneys.
Jeez.
So, but anyway, it was reverse speech. Allowed me to get a different perception of what was going on than what the medical community could. So you really could just use this in all different directions to tap in and listen to the subconscious mind.
Well, regardless, it's fascinating. And I do think it needs some perfection, but I mean, I don't know how you would even perfect that.
We need more people. We need more people because you can't, there's like, we're just like tapping in, just barely tapping into a little bit of this, the 50 of us that are doing it, so imagine if we had about 1,000 of us and it's like, you cover politics, you cover this, and you had teams that just cover, and then systematically we could start eliminating everyone and get to what I've been told my whole life, that at the end of things, we're going to know all things and you can't hide or no. I feel like reverse speech is one of those things to help us to go in that way.
Just another tool.
There's a lot of really beautiful, positive ones, Christian things and stuff like that out there. Anyway, people interested, you can look up David John Oates. He's amazing. He's holds like 2 classes a year if you want to learn how to do this. If you want to contact me personally, it's rsirchie@MSN. So that's rsirchie@msn.com. And if you're interested in doing like a personal, we just need, I just do like 5-minute revert. In 5 minutes, I can find 20 reversals on somebody.
That's crazy.
If you're dealing with something, it's like, hey, let me get this off my chest. I got to figure out what's going on, and then we'll, you talk about it and can listen to what the subconscious has to say about it. It's fascinating.
Ron, thank you so much for joining me. I got to bounce. I got to get on with John Condors right now. So I appreciate you coming on, my man.
You got it, brother. It's always a pleasure, and let's be in touch. And
let's do Erica Kirk on Nino'sCorner.tv.
Let me know.
All right, let's line it up right now. Stay with me.
Yep. All right.